Hey everybody, Lord Tremendous here, another battle report here for you. 2,500 point battle. Tis I, Lord Tremendous of the Ogre Khans, versus the Twisted Sun of the Warriors of the Dark Gods. This is, my same WOTDG opponent, and he's redone his list. He enjoyed kicking my butt last time and is going to try to do it again. So sit back, relax, and get ready to see how this one goes. Here's my list, and it's pretty much the same from last time. I have my Lord, my Great Khan Berserk. He's got Kagadai's Maul, Yeti Furs, Talisman of Greater Shielding, Divine Icon, and the Headhunter. And yeah, he is a close combat guy. That's his job. Get in and punch you in the face. Next up, I've got my Great Shaman, Kaka Shabadu. He's a level 4 wizard with the Axebreaker Gauntlet, Demonic Heart, Talisman of Lesser Shielding, and the Path of Butchery. And as you can see, my wife has finished painting him, and he looks awesome. He is ready to do Kaka Shabadu stuff all over the place. My hero choices, I have my Khan. Thanks to Thomas Mertens for naming him. He's my BSB. He's got a great weapon, Mithril Mail, and the Gemstone Amulet. And as you can see, I finally did get a close-up picture of the actual model. You may swoon now. And quickly becoming my favorite, go figure, is my Mammoth Hunter, Lord Tremendous. He's got his Iron Fist, the Armor of Destiny, Rotten Jaw, and a Tusker. This is just a proxy model I'm using right now, although it's actually perfect for what I have him for. But yes, I'm waiting for some Mears Miniature stuff to come in, and then I'm going to have a very, very cool model to represent this thing. I'm looking forward to that. For my core choices, I have 16 scraplings with short bows. As you can see, I've just kind of thrown a smattering of little guys together. Like I said before, the way I like to think of scraplings is just a bunch of prisoners that have kind of got the whole Stockholm syndrome thing going on and now work for us. You know, they're the two-legged pets that you can teach to do tricks. So that's why they look like that. Next up, I have a unit of 7 tribesmen with full command, iron fists, heavy armor, and the flaming standard. This is just one of my anvil units, and I just really like the way they play. And I've got my unit of 7 bruisers with full command. My BSB usually joins this unit. I gotta be honest, I've been toying with breaking this unit up a little bit, maybe having a couple of heavy chaff type units running around, maybe a 3x and a 4x. I don't know. I'm not sure if I like this big point sink unit that always strikes last. It's starting to grate on my nerves a little bit, but we'll see. Leading off my special choices are my 5 Scrappling Trappers, and I just really like these guys, the scouting, the ability to make forests and ruins and everything else a lot more dangerous. Plus, I get to use the cool models and stuff. I've got the little, the Ghost Shrouded guy, I've got the little crazy goblin, I've got a Malifaux figure, I've got a couple of Malifaux figures, and then I've got the ninja pole vaulting goblin, I guess. Scrappling. I just like this unit a lot. And then I've got my single Sabertooth Spider, who's really just a speed bump. Rounded off my special choices are my 5x Mercenary Veterans with Banner, Musician, Iron Fist, Lethal Strike, Bodyguard, and the Stalker Standard. I love this unit. I really do. In fact, I love it even more because my wife finished painting them as well. Take a moment. Enjoy. And I like this unit too. I don't know about the Stalker Standard. I take it because I like Swift Stride, and Strider's nice, but I like Swift Stride, but I don't know. I'm starting to think for the points, maybe just +1 movement is all I need. You know, movement 7 really makes these guys versatile, and it's a lot cheaper than the Stalker Standard. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. And then, of course, I have my Kin Eater, Elizabeth. Yeah, I love this unit so much. Shoring up my weakness against Horde Bricks are my rare choices, and namely my Scratapult. And then bringing up the rear is my Slave Giant, and I really like the monsters. I am planning on getting a Frost Mammoth into this list. I'll probably have to drop the Slave Giant to do that, but I cannot wait to get the model in that I get to use in order to represent my Frost Mammoth. It's going to be awesome. That does it for my list, though. Coming up next is my opponent's list. Feel free to pause at any time so you can see what he's got. Here are my spells, which are exactly what you're looking at. And I actually remembered, here are his spells, which are exactly what you're looking at. Here's deployment, and here's my thinking. I've got Lord Tremendous all the way over there to the left, right next to my Scratapult, because I saw that he put his Fallen and his Barbarian Horseman on my left flank. I threw him, Lord Tremendous, over there because I knew he could take the medium horse. I knew he could take the Fallen, and I was hoping my opponent didn't know that, so I threw him over there with the hopes of being able to take them out no problem. The trappers are over there because I'm hoping to maybe get him into the forest and trap it. And so everybody takes dangerous terrain checks when they go through it. Also, I think that they can take care of those warhounds if they can, get some shots off on them. I've got the bulk of my army in the middle to deal with the bulk of his army. Before I go into the Chosen, I want to put as many shots, magic and otherwise, and the Scratapult into them as possible to thin them out. The Crusher unit, the old Juggernaut unit there, that unit makes me really nervous. If I can hit them in a flank, that would be ideal, but front or rear, and they're going to chew me up. So maybe a combined charge, I really didn't know. I have the Saber-tooth Spider in the middle there to chaff them if I need to. I've got the Scraplings on the hill on the right side there to just kind of take any lucky pot shots that they get, and the Giants in the middle to go after attacks of opportunity, really. I mean, that was really my thinking when I was deploying. Here's my opponent's right flank, which consists from left of his Barbarian Horseman, his Fallen in the Trees, and his Warhounds. Here's his center. From left to right, there are his Wasteland Warriors. Back there in the middle is his Sorcerer Lord on a Manicore. In the middle are his Chosen, which have his Harbinger in there as well. And his left flank, which consists of his Crushers and his Knights. Here's my right flank, which from right to left are my Scraplings, and that in there is my unit of tribesmen, with Kakash Shabadu attached. Here's my center. From right to left, there's my Merc Vets with General Berserk, my Saber-tooth Spider, and then on the left side there are my Bruisers with my BSB. And my left flank, from right to left, there's my Giant. There are my Trappers up the board quite a bit there. My Scratapult, and Lord Tremendous himself. Here's top of one after movement, and my opponent just dropped everything. He won the roll, or he got to deploy first, so yeah, he just dropped everything. So he won this one hands down. But as you can see, first off, he tried to charge his Fallen into my Trappers. They stood and shot. He didn't make it, and him being in the forest and skirmishers, long range, being charged, I think I needed 7s to hit him. I hit a couple of times, but nothing got past his armor. So I was very proud of the Trappers, actually, that they even hit. His Barbarian Horsemen and come right down the middle there, which is fine. That gives me a beautiful charge with Lord Tremendous. His Warhounds come in after the Trappers, which again, I'm fine with. I'm going to shoot them up. And the rest of his army in the middle just start funneling forward. He's got a little bit of a bottleneck thing that I'm noticing with his Knights and his Crushers, because that big rock formation on the right there is impassable. But his Chosen come up a little bit, his Warriors come up a decent amount, and his Sorcerer expectedly stays in the back. So not bad. I see some openings, and I just hope I can capitalize on him before he beats my face in again. There's a better picture of his Fallen, failing a charge at my Trappers. During his magic phase, he gets regen off on his Chosen, which is fine. I didn't plan on shooting him or anything like that anyway. And I think due to the lore attribute, he was able to get +1 toughness to his Warriors. So with that all said and done, we go over here to bottom of one after movement, and I'm scared. I'm not going to lie. Lord Tremendous does charge his Barbarian Horseman and makes his charge no problem because he's Lord Mother Effin' Tremendous. My Trappers move over to the right so the Fallen can't charge him again, but they can still shoot at the Warhounds, the War Beasts or whatever. I want to try to take them out. I need to work on his chaff quick, fast, in a hurry. My Giant runs over to the left as far as he can because, number one, if my Trappers go down or something like that, the only thing in between my Scratapult and, certain destruction will be nothing. So the Giant's going to come over there just in case Lord Tremendous and the Trappers fail, because I don't see a real good place for the Giant to go in the middle there. And then the rest of my guys just kind of move back a little bit. My mercs and my tribesmen, they all move back. My scraplings stay still so they can volley shot. And then my bruisers move up just a little bit on that hill so they can see over it in case they have to charge. Meanwhile, Sabertooth Spider runs out there to bait the crushers. I'm hoping since they're frenzied, they charge him, they hit him, and then they have to overrun after they kill him, and I get a beautiful counter charge. That's the plan. There's a better picture of Lord Tremendous making his charge into the Barbarian Horseman. During the magic phase, I get Bone Crusher off on the skull or on the Crusher unit, and I was just trying to do some damage to him because I know I have to fight him eventually. I was able to slip 2 wounds through, so I felt pretty good about that. I put the lore attribute on the caster because I have to, so now he's a little bit tougher. And because I used 3 dice to cast the stupid spell, I miscast 8 thanks to overwhelming power. So, yeah, I guess I deserve this one. But, it's a miscast 8. Luckily for me, nothing happens. It fails to hurt me, nothing else happens, other than I lose the rest of my magic dice and the magic phase ends. In the shooting phase, my trappers fire away at the beasts and kill 2 of them. They do pass their panic check, and that's because their general, who's on a large target, whose inspiring presence is now an 18, is able to just barely reach them, and they make it just barely on the general's leadership. So, I killed 2 of them. I felt pretty good about that, but it would have been funny if they had fled. And then we go over here into combat. I kill 1 guy with impact hits because I only got 1. And, I know it's D3, but I only rolled 1. And then he had to issue a challenge with his unit champion. I didn't have a choice but to take it. So I take the challenge, and I end up doing like 4 or 5 wounds to this guy before he can do anything. I mean, we pulverize him. So I win by like 5 or 6 or something like that. I can't remember how many. But he's steadfast, and he makes his break check. But so far, so good. And at this point, I'm kind of sort of hoping his Fallen charge me because I think, I'd get my stomp. I'd be able to do a lot of damage. Unless there's a unit champion in the Fallen, which it's a possibility. I should be able to do a bunch of stuff to him. He's not going to have any ranks on me, so I'm kind of hoping 2 birds, 1 stone. It would make it a lot more convenient for me, but we'll see. So with that wrapped up, we go over here to top 2 after movement, and there's some. I got my wish. The Fallen charged Lord Tremendous in the flank, and he makes it. I'm very pleased. Something else that makes me very pleased is the dogs, his war beasts or warhounds or whatever, charged my trappers. Well, they're quick to fire, so they can always stand and shoot. They stand and shot, and I rolled out of the box, killing all 3 of the dogs as they charged them. So it went from me losing a unit to him losing a unit. I was very pleased. The trappers are super impressive. His warriors, and then his crushers did take the bait, and they charged my saber spider, which I was thrilled about, because number one, now they're frenzied, so they have to overrun, which gives my Merc Vets and my Tribesmen a really good chance to slam into him afterwards. And then he has bottlenecked his Knights, so they can't even come forward anymore. His Chosen, they kind of hang back a little bit, and his Sorcerer, I don't know if he moved him or not. Maybe just like an inch to the right. I have no idea. There's been a picture of his Fallen charging into Lord Tremendous, and I'm very happy he did that. And there's a better picture of him slamming into the Saber Spider, which I'm very happy that he did that. There's a better picture of the murderous trappers killing off the warhounds as they charge them. That was awesome. During his magic phase, he gets regen off on his Chose again, and I just don't care. And just like last time, he put +1 toughness on his warriors again, and I just don't care. The difference is this time, in order to get it to go off, he needed to do it with overwhelming power, which means he miscast, and I believe it was a 7. But just like my miscast, nothing happens. His magic phase does end, but that's it. Nothing else important happens. I don't think he takes any damage or anything. So we go into combat because he doesn't really have a shooting phase. And of course, we do the Saber Spider, and he gets obliterated by the Crushers, which was all part of the plan. And then, due to frenzy, they have to overrun, and they end up right there, which is a beautiful charge, a beautiful position. He's blocking the Chosen. The Knights aren't as blocked, but hey, it's something. and I should be able to hit them with both of my units, and if I can't slaughter them completely, I should be able to do enough damage and I win this combat. They break, and hopefully I can run them down. My Lord's unit does have Swift Stride, so that couldn't have gone any better. Then over here, Lord Tremendous just goes batshit crazy. Obviously, there's no challenge or anything like that, so I put all of my attacks into the, what's it called, Barbarians, because I don't want them to be steadfast. As you can see, I kill 5 of them, and then I stomp one of the Fallen to death. They do nothing back to me. Charge and a flank and a banner to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. I win by, I think it was 3, and they break. Well, the Barbarian Horsemen break. The Fallen actually make their check. But the Barbarian Horsemen, they flee off the table because they literally had to go like 3 inches, and I think they went 9. The Fallen make their check, and I turn to face them because I won combat. So that is going exactly as I hoped it would. God, I like that character. So on that high note, we go over here to bottom of 2 after movement, which is my turn. And I panic. My Giant and my Bruisers charge the Wasteland Warriors. They're there. I'm never going to get a better shot. I might as well. The Giant makes it. Gods bless him. The Bruisers make it, which I'm nervous about. And then, of course, my Merc Vets and my Tribesmen all charge the Crushers, and I'm hoping with impact hits and just sheer veracity, we're able to kill these guys off. What I don't look at is the fact that I'm giving up a huge flank to my Tribesmen, but I'm thinking, you know what, maybe I'll be okay, because as you can see on the right side there, Elizabeth has come on the table, and I'm hoping she distracts the Knights. I'm hoping the Knights turn to go after her. That's the hope anyway. We'll see. There's a better picture of the Giant and the Bruisers making it into combat with the Warriors. I know they got +1 toughness, but hey, I've got to do something. I'm never going to get a better charge than that. And there's a better picture of my Merc Vets and my Tribesmen making it into the Skull Crushers, and I'm hoping beyond hope that I'm able to destroy this unit this turn. If I don't break them this turn, I'm going to lose the game. Nothing happens in magic or shooting. Nothing. My magic phase is just completely useless and nothing goes off. And in my shooting phase, my Scratapult completely goes off target and my trappers aren't in range, I don't believe. So we go into combat and Lord Tremendous pulverizes 5 more Fallen. So I win by 5. And then they break, and I run them down. That went exactly according to my plan, and I was very, very happy. So the whole left flank is taken care of now, and I have an unwounded Mammoth Hunter on a Tusker looking for more blood. I couldn't be happier right now. Over here it goes really, really well. I lose 2 of my Mercenary Vets, but as you can see, he loses 3 of his Crushers, and I think 1 is carrying 2 wounds. So this goes my way a lot. I mean, my Tribesmen are completely untouched. He doesn't throw any attacks at him. Everything goes into my Merc Vets, and I lose 2. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I kind of expected a lot more damage on my side. I don't remember what the combat res was, but I do win. He is not steadfast. And they break. And as you can see, here is where I make my fatal flaw. I got overexcited. I was so pleased that my plans were working out so well that I decided to sit on my shoulders and I say both units are pursuing. Something in the back of my head started screaming at me and I ignored it. So as you can see, they got away. My Mercenary Veterans unit wasn't able to catch them, and then my Tribesmen, I was supposed to restrain, turn to face the Knights, and accept that charge because I knew it was coming. But like an idiot, I said both units are pursuing, and by the time I realized my mistake, my opponent had already ran his flee distance. So to say, oh no, I changed my mind, I'm not pursuing, would have been cheating. And I'm a lot of things, but I'm not that kind of scumbag. So I have to go through with it, and I have literally opened the back door into my Tribesmen. I couldn't have given up my Tribesmen and my Shaman any better to those Knights than I did right here. And it's breaking my heart. Then over here in combat, this goes about as well as it possibly could have. It actually goes a lot better than I thought it was going to go. I end up killing every last one of the warriors, and he kills half my unit, plus 2 wounds to one of the bruisers and a wound to my BSV. So I kill off the entire unit though. So there's no, checks or anything like that. I just beat him to death. I literally walked over there and beat him to death. The Giants Thunder, Stomp D6 did the final 3 wounds, and that's why you see him picking them up off the table. It couldn't have gone any more efficient. So we reform like this. The way I see it is if the Chosen charge me or charge my Bruiser unit, I'm fleeing. And if they charge my Giant, there's absolutely nothing I can do because he's immune to psychology. So I'm probably going to end up losing my Giant, but at the same time, my Bruiser should flee. I know I got to go through impassable terrain, that little ruin thing back there we consider impassable terrain. I know I'm probably going to lose some models. This wasn't ideal, but unfortunately, I kind of screwed myself. So that's kind of where I'm at. But I did get the Warriors, so I feel pretty good about that. We go over here to top of 3 after movement, and it's starting to get real ugly. The Chosen were able to wheel past the Crushers. I didn't look like they could, but we put up some markers, and they wheeled right past the Crushers. Wasn't even close. So they charge my Bruiser unit, and they flee. He wants to redirect into the Giant, but he couldn't see him, so he has to go after the Bruisers. As you can see, the Bruisers made it, but I lost another one going through the impassable terrain because life isn't always fair. His Sorcerer on the Mana Core charges into my Giant, and I kind of expected that. I knew my Giant was pretty screwed because I was pretty sure that the Mana Core does multiple wounds to monsters and stuff like that. Meanwhile, his Knights slam into my Tribesman. I thought about fleeing, but he was literally 8 inches away. It would have been his Swift Stride dice to -1 to my 2d6. I figured he would catch me, and I wanted to maybe make my break check, maybe kill the guys off, maybe he flubs. A lot of maybes, but that was the hope. Other than that, though, it was just I feel the game slipping away. His Crushers rally, it's just the worst parts of the Bible, and I'm living it. I did it to myself. There's a better picture of his Sorcerer Lord charging into my Giant, and you know what? If nothing else, this is going to be a good fight. There's a better picture of my Bruiser's unit fleeing away from the Chosen. And there's a better picture of my unbridled stupidity. His Knights slamming into the flank of the Tribesman unit, and he is going to eat them alive. If I could only go back in time. Nothing happens in magic or shooting. We go straight into combat. His Mana Core flubs, and in the end, his Mana Core and himself are only able to do 3 wounds to my Giant. So my Giant, I roll on the chart, and I roll, I think it was like Thump or something like that, and I was like, no, I don't want that. So I use the Do As You're Told rule, which lets me re-roll what attack my Giant does, and he bellows at this guy. So I win by 2. And he breaks. Oh my god, he breaks. And to make matters even better, I run him down. So my Giant, who should, by all logic of math, be dead, shredded by the Mana Core, instead bellows, scares the Sorcerer Lord to death, and literally runs him down, tearing him to pieces. I know the Chosen are right in front of him. I know the Giant's going to get eaten alive if I don't get him out of there, but at the same time, that's incredible to me that just happened. So, yeah, the Giant smokes the Sorcerer Lord on a Mana Core. Wow. So then we go over here, and the Knights kill off 2 of my guys. It does 6 wounds, charge, flank, banners, super flank to my banner. I wasn't able to do anything. I just need to kill 1, and I'd be steadfast, and I couldn't even do that. Oh, God. So, yeah, I lose by way more than I have in leadership. I break, and we get run down. Oh, it sucks. I knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. We all knew it was coming. It was my own stupidity culminating in exactly what it should have culminated in. The only bonus is the knights don't hit the flank of my tribesmen. The movement tray threw him off a little bit, and he thought he was going to be able to hit me with that angle, but he wasn't. The movement tray would have, however, none of the models did. So he ends up right there. So in one round, 2 combats, we have taken all the casters off the table. His Sorcerer Lord and my Great Shaman both go to better places. Oh my god. And the game looked like it was going so well. So with this game quickly spiraling out of my control, we go over here to bottom of 3 after movement. And here's where it starts to occur to me that I'm going to lose the game. I've got no feasible answer for the Chosen anymore. I've got just nothing I can do about them. Not to mention, I've got a full unit of Knights still running around, 2 friggin' Crushers, and the only guys that are really capable of doing anything about them are my General and the Merc Vets, and they can't be everywhere. So I send my General and his Merc Vets into the Crushers just to finish them off, point secure type of thing. I set up my Scratapult to fire at the Chosen because I need to start doing some damage to these guys. I move Lord Tremendous up a little bit because he's got a throwing spear, and I'm thinking maybe I could take 1 or 2 of these guys out. My Giant moves the hell out of the way because I don't want to lose him. My Trappers, they stay where they're at with 12 inches away from him, thinking that maybe I can do some damage. My Scraplings just wheel so that they can shoot at the Knights, and maybe I'll get lucky, accuracy by volume. And that's it. I mean, I'm grabbing at straws here. There's a better picture of my General's unit slamming into the remaining Crushers, and I should be able to do 4 wounds here. There's no longer a magic phase, so we go into shooting, and as you can see, I misfire my Scrapbolt. Oh, I can't win. Oh. And it's the worst possible thing I could have done, short of blowing myself up. I roll a 2, so my Scratapult can no longer shoot for the rest of the game. The one answer I had to the Chosen, and by answer I mean ability to thin their numbers before combat, and it just disarmed itself. Oh no! So I have no idea what I'm going to do about the Chosen. I'm not really sure what I can do about the Knights. Panicking. Panicking is a really good way to describe how I'm feeling right now. We go into combat, and I'm able to kill off the Crushers, which is outstanding. I do lose 1 more Merc Vet for my trouble, but hey, I went up against Crushers and killed them. I had to give up 1 Merc Vet. That's a good trade any day of the week. And then just to ensure that I don't end up losing my Merc Vets to the same way I lost my Tribesmen, I overrun and I get past the Chosen. I don't touch them. I angled myself that way on purpose. I'm not stupid. I just act it most of the time. But yeah, I'm able to angle away from that. Or I was able to get past him without touching. It was close, but I was able to do it. So that's awesome. That's where they end up. So we go over to the top of 4 after movement, after all that's done, and not a whole lot, except for the fact that his Chosen charged my Trappers. Well, he needs an 8 to hit me, right? So I'm like, all right, no big deal, and I flee. You can't catch me. I don't flee very far. I flee like 6 inches. He, in turn, proceeds to roll boxcars to come after me. And I think they have Swift Stride, too. I think they have the Stalker's banner in there, or standard in there. And, yeah, he proceeds to roll boxcars and catches me right where you're seeing him. Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, the Knights shoot forward so that Elizabeth can't charge him in the back or anything like that, because he knows very well how good my Kin Eater is. And that's it. So yeah, he's able to kill another one of my units. There's a better picture of his Chosen destroying my Trappers. One hell of a roll. And that's it. So we go over to the bottom of 4 after movement. And I like making bad decisions. And so I made another one. And instead of just sacrificing my Scratapult to the Chosen like I should have, maybe even tilting him in such a way that he would have exposed a rear or flank to me and made it a beautiful counter charge, my dumbass charges in with the Bruisers, my BSB, and my Scratapult. I don't know why I did it. I just was not thinking. I'm that kind of stupid. Then I take Lord Tremendous and I move him up to go after the Knights. The Giant moves in such a way that the Knights or the Chosen could... Because at the time, I was under the impression that my friggin' units had a chance against the Chosen. I don't know what I was thinking about. I'm not usually this stupid, but I'm really having trouble making people buy that after this game. Elizabeth shoots forward as far as she can. The Merkvet unit does a swift reform, and even the scraplings move up 4 inches so they can shoot at the Knights again. Unbelievable how dumb I'm being. There's a better picture of this unit, my Scratapult and my Bruiser unit charging into the Chosen, and I don't know why I'm doing this. Nothing else happens, obviously, so we go into combat, and exactly what should happens. I kill 4 or 5 Chosen, he kills off everything else, which is exactly how it should have went, even if he was rolling like ass. Oh my god! Oh, it's enough to make you sick, isn't it? So yeah, he pummels me with my own stupidity. I should have just burned the models. It would have been less obvious. I'm not going to burn the models. Calm down. And then, since he won combat, it's all over. He reforms to look into the flank of Lord Tremendous. Why? Because giving him a rear would have been too obvious. I don't know. I can't believe it. So yeah. Anybody want to take a guess what's about to happen? We go over here to top of 5 after movement, and his Chosen slam into Tremendous. I was not going to flee. He would have caught me. His Knights turn around on the hill because when they charge something, they want to be able to get the, charging down a hill bonus, and that's it. Oh, my goodness. There's a better picture of the Chosen slamming into Lord Tremendous, and man, did I give this to him. God, what was I thinking? Nothing happens in magic or shooting. We go straight into combat, and of course, I flub spectacularly, and he does not. He literally puts enough wounds through on him that I fail enough that he outright kills him. Well played by my opponent. Golly. So with that over, we go over here to bottom of 5 after movement because my Giant did not charge the Chosen. The Chosen overran after killing Lord Tremendous and hit the Giant. I just didn't take a picture because I was mourning. My Mercenary Veterans and my General charge into the Knights because I'm pretty sure I can take them if I can make the charge, and I make it. Elizabeth charges them as well, but fails, and then the Scraplings with nothing else to do move up because I figure I'm going to be able to shoot at the Chosen next turn because my Giant's going to die. There's a better picture of my Merc Vets in general slamming into his Knights. And there's a better picture of Elizabeth failing a charge. I'm not upset about that. It was a long charge. We go straight into combat, and he does 3 wounds to me. I do 3 wounds to him. So the wounds cancel each other out. I have a banner. He has a banner. And, no, I think he did 4 wounds to me. I'm sorry. He did 4 wounds. I did 3. We both have banners. I charged, so it evens out, but he has a musician, and he just killed mine. So he wins by 1. I'm stubborn 9. And I roll an 11. I roll an 11. My BSB is dead. I'm an idiot. And I roll an 11. An 11. Why? And I get caught. I roll a 4 to flee with Swift Stride. I roll a 4 to get away. He rolls like an 8 or a 9. And I die. My general, my mercenary vets, killed because I roll an 11 when I needed a 9. There are no words, there are only tears. Oh. And then over here, the Giant gets just ripped to pieces by the Chosen, but there was never any doubt that that was going to happen. And because they're frenzied, the Chosen overrun. So what can you do? So we go over here to top of 6 after movement, and the only thing that happens is the Knights get the hell out of dodge because they don't want Elizabeth charging them, and the Chosen turn to face because they're daring something to come into them. That's it. So we go into bottom of 6 after movement, and you know what? I can't win, so I can't lose. And I charge Elizabeth into the Chosen because, you know what? She came into this game looking for a fight, and damn it, she's going to get one. I charge them into the Chosen. They stand and take it, and that's it. My Scratlings move up to get on the hill so that they can possibly shoot the Knights, and maybe I'll get lucky there, and that's it. There's a better picture of Lady Elizabeth slamming into the Chosen because might as well. And we go into combat, and she does amazing. She does all 4 wounds. All 4 of her attacks wound. Her stomp doesn't wound, but what can you do? He does 4 wounds back to her. I save 1. So he's able to do 3 wounds to her. She's not dead. I charged and did 4 wounds to his 3 wounds, banner, and I think he had a rank. Then he had a musician in there and stuff like that. So he won this combat, but I'm unbreakable. So yeah, he would have eaten her alive next turn, but there is no next turn. So I went out on a high note, baby. But there it is, guys, gals, and everything in between. There's the end of the game. I have a severely damaged Lady Elizabeth on the table, a perfectly pristine unit of Scraplings, and he's got a pretty much full points secured unit of Chosen with a Harbinger, and 2 Knights that are currently... I don't even know where they're going. They want to go look at the forest. Maybe they're big in the leaves. I don't know. Man, the grass is not going to have trouble growing in this area due to all the blood on the ground. Oh, man. You know what? I'm not even upset. This game was amazing. A lot of upsets, a lot of amazing things happening, and all that good craziness. So, you know what? We're going to call this game right here, and we're going to get to the recap because I need a beer.
1 minute to auto-destruct.
But, yeah, as you could tell, it was a defeat for Lord Tremendous. I got 1848 out of him. He got 2762 out of me for a difference of 914. Holy God. I ended up losing everything but my Scraplings and some of Elizabeth. He did get points for her. Woo! I didn't get tabled, at least. As you guys can see, I really, really let this one get away from me, and no one to blame but myself. I know better than that. I just got excited. Giving up the tribesman's flank to the Knights was just pure stupidity. I mean, if you needed the embodiment of stupidity, that choice was there. I got overexcited. I saw the Crushers run, and I really wanted to catch them, and even if I had caught them, it would have been the worst possible situation in the end, and it's exactly what I deserved. Charging the Chosen with the Bruisers and BSB when I should have just sacrificed my Scratapult was, I mean, it was just one stupid decision after another, all made by me, and I know better, and I wish I could go back in time and be like, stop, think for 5 seconds. But I didn't, and my opponent capitalized exactly the way he should have. However, I'm not going to take credit for all the failings. Losing my Mercs and my Lord to the Knights was maddening. Failing a 9-up stubborn check, rolling an 11, blew my mind, and any hopes that I had of turning the game around. My Scratapult usually is super reliable. This game just couldn't center it in. It's been off for a few days. I don't know. Hopefully in the next game it does a lot better. I don't know. I mean, I like it a lot, but that doesn't, my love is not eternal when it comes to, little plastic men on the table. I will shelve you if you fail me for too long, and hell, some models even get thrown on the ground and set on fire. I'm just throwing it out there, Mr. Scratapult. Just throwing it out there so you know. Just remember who's in charge, you bastard. However, some things went really well. The Saber Spider was great bait. That plan worked beautifully. The Slave Giant killing the Sorcerer Lord. That was completely unexpected, but hey, I'll take what little victories I can get. The Trappers doing so well against the Warhounds and stuff like that, not to mention everything else. They got caught by the Chosen, but what in my army didn't get caught by the Chosen, right? And like I said before, the Stalkers banner on my Generals unit, I'm starting to think maybe I should get rid of that and just go with, what's it called? The +1 movement, save those points, put them somewhere else, maybe get another unit of Trappers, maybe another Saber-tooth Spider, who knows? Who knows? Maybe get another big name and put it on my, my BSB. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. This list still has many changes to come, I have no doubt. But as you saw, guys, this was an absolutely fantastic game. This was an absolutely fantastic opponent who's really, I mean, for a new player to this game, too, like, he didn't play Fantasy. He's starting in the 9th Age, and he's kicking my teeth down my throat. I'm loving playing against this guy. And you know what? I absolutely demand a rematch. I want to kick the crap out of some more Warriors because these games are brutal. They make you think, although I don't. In the end, you're exhausted, and those are the best games. So I really did enjoy this one. But yeah, guys, that's going to do for this battle report. Number 8 is officially in the history books. I've got links to all sorts of 9th Age stuff, the website itself, where the forums and all the rules and everything are for you to download. I've also got the Twitter and the Facebook link. There's a Universal Battles link. There's a, if it's not June 22nd, 2016 or later, you can still put your bid in to be a Masters representative or work with the Masters representative in your region. So yeah, go check out my description. It's got a lot of good sites and a lot of good links for you guys to get more and more involved in the 9th Age, because if you're not playing it, you're not winning it. I'm just plain and simple. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. As always, if you got any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as quick as I can. But yeah, guys, thanks!